Arabs and Indians work together, they do nothing but to contribute to all humanity. Future between New Delhi and Riyadh will be really bright. And let's not forget that the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman actually called Prime Minister Modi his elder brother. The Indian foreign affairs policies will not be in a position where they are merely followers of what Western or Eastern countries want. India, and put India in a good position to be able to connect East to the West. And I think it has been shown clearly by the policies and by the statements of the current Indian government. When the Arabs and Indians work together, they do nothing but to contribute to all humanity. And that's what has been proven by how the space trade route between the Arabs and India has helped in spreading science and mathematics and astronomy and so many different fields, where the Indians and the Arabs have been working hard to contribute to humanity and to link most of the continents in the world. So that's when it comes to the historic aspect. That's for sure, it's very important to mention. But when it comes to the current situation, definitely Saudi-Indian relationship has been very important for global peace, for global economic prosperity. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman, and his son, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, have been very keen to better and to enhance the bilateral relationship between India and Saudi Arabia. And we've seen how the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, when he came to New Delhi in 2019, he had made a big opening with India in such a way that can actually show us as researchers that the future between New Delhi and Riyadh will be really bright. And let's not forget that the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman actually called Prime Minister Modi his elder brother. So that shows you the depth of the relationship. And as I said, India is a very important nation. It's the 5th largest economy in the world. And it is actually something interesting that we both, Saudi Arabia and India, are competing right now on who is having the fastest growing economy in G20. That's amazing. And so in one quarter, you see the Indian economy to be the fastest, and another quarter, you see the Saudi economy is the fastest. So we see a lot of common points and commonalities between New Delhi and Riyadh. We have seen also Prince Faisal bin Farhan. He has been invited to speak at the G20 summit here, and with the Foreign Affairs Minister or the External Affairs Minister Jay Shankar here in New Delhi, and they've discussed major things with regards to the conflicts in the world, with regards to energy policy, with regards to climate change, and so many different issues of mutual interest. So I think the Saudi-Indian relationship is on the right track. And we can see the common points that are shared by our leaders, specifically Prime Minister Modi and the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Also, one of the things that we have to mention is the fact that Saudi Arabia is considered to be the 2nd trading partner for India in the Middle East and North Africa, with a total trade volume of more than $42 billion. But that's not, I think, up to the expectations and the potential of the two nations. I believe that the Saudi-Indian relationship can take a new leap or a new jump, and that has been proven by the multilateral visits and by investing in so many different fields. Saudi Arabia has been investing more than $120 million in India for the last 2 years. And we should not forget that the biggest minority in Saudi Arabia right now are actually from India. We have more than 2 million brothers and sisters from India. So I think the future is bright. I'm very optimistic, and we have seen in the conference of Ray Sina, and I would love to thank them for this amazing global conference. We've seen so many comments from different leaders with regards to the current challenges that we are facing in the world. And one of the things I would love to mention is the thing that I admire the most with regards to the new face of the external affairs policies of India is the fact that they have emphasized multiple times that they will not be in a position where they are going to be dictated on how to do this and how to do that. The foreign affairs, the external affairs minister, Jay Shankar, he actually said it clearly. If other countries see themselves as the center of the world, we also see ourselves as the center of the world. That was like a very big comment that shows that the Indian foreign affairs policies will not be in a position where they are merely followers of what Western or Eastern countries want. So, and that's something that has been encouraged definitely by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia is all about having complete sovereignty as any other free nation. So, and we would love to develop that relationship, because right now we are having the G20 here in India, and the presidential summit will be in September this year. So, and the next one is going to be in Brazil. The third one is going to be in South Africa. So we are speaking of the global South mostly, and it's going to be like a golden opportunity for all of us to bring the agendas of the global South in such a manner that would better the economies and the overall well-being of our societies, and that's what we are looking for. And I think India and Saudi Arabia are working hard to achieve that.
So my next question was obviously on the global South that you mentioned. How do you think that India is, becoming the voice of the global South when it comes to the developing nations?
Yeah, I think India is in a very great position for different reasons. First of all, it's from the global South. The second, it's a developing economy, which is also as like the fifth biggest economy. And the good thing also, it has and shares the common values of the West and the common values of the East. So if you look, India, it's considered to be a collectivistic society. It's an ancient civilization, as I said. At the same time, they share a lot of commonalities with Eastern communities, with all these beautiful values. But at the same time, they are actually sharing the Western values through their democratic process. So that in itself would pose India and put India in a good position to be able to connect East to the West. And I think it has been shown clearly by the policies and by the statements of the current Indian government.